Sunday afternoon train trips proved to be less than on track for some commuters today. A delay on the east-west line was blamed on a power fault, while a signalling fault caused disruption on the Circle line.
This is becoming a familiar sight for some commuters. One commuter sent this picture from Botanic Gardens station after a trip that took longer than expected due to a signalling fault at Caldecott station at about 12:45 p.m. As such, trains plying between Caldecott and Botanic Gardens stations in both directions had to move slower for some 3 hours. Trains were also turned around at Tai Seng, Marymount and Farrer Road stations to maintain normal train frequency along the unaffected stretches of the Circle line. One commuter who sent this video taken during the ride from Caldecott to Botanic Gardens stations felt the delay was way too long. He was also concerned about what looked like tailgating during the trip.
The journey from Caldecott to Botanical Gardens was like 40 minutes, like that, very slow. In between, we can see the train before us, right? A bit sian, because like lunch, it's like overtime. Then we were rushing for lunch.
The east-west line faced similar problems. A suspected power fault between Joo Koon and Boon Lay stations was detected at about 12:30 p.m. As a precaution, passengers in one of the trains were asked to alight at Lakeside Station.
Now, commuters I spoke to at Boon Lay MRT station said their average waiting time for trains has risen by about 2 minutes as compared to last year. Now, while some of them are getting used to these delays, others are simply put off by the constant inconvenience.
I've been staying here for a while. I think it's quite true that there's been some delays lately. It's a bit irritating, I would say, but other than that, it doesn't really affect me that much yet. But it would be good if we really have a very, smooth transportation system here.
You find that the wait now is longer than what it used to be?
Yes, recently, because yesterday I took a train to Northside and it's like 6 minutes or 7 minutes, which normally we actually just need to wait for 3 or 4 minutes in the past. So yeah, I do experience it, but I'm still getting used to it though.
Services on the eastbound and westbound lines resumed about 1.5 hours later at about 2 p.m.
The world's largest